Ooh boy. How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a spectacular day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe, of course, if you guys haven't already. Also, please do me the biggest favor of all. Hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on my channel. Also, make sure to head over to Twitch. Follow me there at Douglas447. I try to stream there at least once a week, whether it be for Destiny, Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield, or whatever I'm in the mood for, or anything you guys suggest. And as always, we're going to talk about positives and negatives and give you guys my final review score at the very end. And we're going to be talking about the film Up. This came out in 2009. It's rated PG. It's about an hour and 36 minutes long. And I've never seen this movie. This was me watching this for the very first time to review it. And I know that's probably a shocker to a lot of you guys. I had a coworker of mine ask me to watch this movie and talk about it and review it. So here I am. I've been told this movie is like a 10 out of 10. Some people have said it's 11 out of 10. And I guess if you watched this movie when you were 10, I guess I can understand the high score in that sense. But this movie was hard for me to actually watch from start to finish. And I wasn't even able to do that. I literally had to pause this movie 3 times to finish it. Literally, I watched it in 30-minute increments. It's not that this movie is extremely bad. It's just this movie lacks any sort of logic. And I really just had a hard time understanding why people like this movie so much. I enjoy it, but it's not like, I love Up! Up is amazing! Go watch it right now! You have to watch it right now if you haven't seen it! That's not going to be me. Those people that give this movie a 9, 10, or 11 out of 10, I'm just like, your guys' 10-year-old blind. You're blind to this movie. You're blind to how illogical and how much nonsense actually transpires in this movie that makes no logic. This movie has 0 logic. Now, before I keep bashing on this movie, I wanted to talk about the positives first. So, if you guys, for whatever reason, haven't seen this movie, it's basically about this old guy named Carl, and he's a retired balloon salesman. And he ends up tying, like, thousands and millions of balloons to his house to allow it to go up. Sorry, I had to do that. Allows it to go up into the sky. And Carl goes on this awesome adventure trying to reach Paradise Falls. And along the way, he ends up meeting Russell, which is an 8-year-old boy explorer, Doug, which is this talking dog, and Kevin, this tall, flightless bird that everybody is obsessed with and trying to capture. Because I guess this bird is extremely exotic. Okay. This is really a good kids film that older audiences are going to be able to enjoy. There is actually a lot of adult themes, which I find really weird considering this movie is targeted towards a much younger audience. This movie was marketed towards young people. But within the first 10, 15 minutes, there is a lot that younger audiences are not going to understand at all. And I'm pretty sure when this movie came out, people were, the young kids are like, Mommy, what is this? What's going on? I have no idea what's happening. Yet the parents understood what was going on perfectly. And unfortunately, there are a lot of scenes at the beginning of the movie that even if the parents told their children what was going on, it wouldn't make all that much sense to them until they're like, my age now. This film is filled with a lot of love, laughter. There's several moments in it that you'll cry in. I did cry in this movie once. I haven't seen a Disney movie do that to me in a while. There's a lot of adventure, and there's just a lot of other great themes. This movie also proves that love can come in many forms, whether it be, to love your spouse or, to have the love of friendship and friends and other family members. Love isn't just one thing. It can be many things. Carl and Ellie's relationship and their life at the beginning of the movie was really sweet, and I really enjoyed it. It was heartwarming, and at the end of their relationship when Ellie passes away, I really thought it was really well done. Like I said, I was constantly laughing throughout this movie, both at the good and bad jokes. There are an abundance of both good and bad jokes inside of this film. I love the Star Wars reference of X-wings, where they got these like it's like a Godzilla kind of moment, but the sound design reminds me of X-wings from Star Wars. This film does have a satisfying conclusion, and I love the finale. If you haven't watched this movie, I encourage you to at least watch it once, just to say I've seen it. But I'm really not going to want to rewatch this movie anytime soon. Not because, I'm a YouTube content creator and I have other movies I want to watch and review for you guys. I just, 10, 20, 30 years from now, I'm going to look back at my favorite Disney films, and this isn't going to be up there, unfortunately. Let's get into the negatives, shall we? Because this is really what you guys want me to talk about. Oh boy. Negatively, this movie has zero logic. Science and logic are completely absent from this film. There's no logic in science. There's no reasoning for anything. Especially on the topics of the talking dog. Like, I get there's a collar that his master made for him, but how it works and functions is never explained. It's like, it's a dial. And I'm just like, how did this old man come up with the technology to allow his dogs to talk? It's never explained. Also, using 1,000,000 balloons to lift a house out of the ground makes no sense. It doesn't show like the electrical cords, the water. The guy doesn't even stock up on food the day before leaving, which makes the old man Carl stupid, in my opinion. Like, he just decides to take off. And I'm like, if you're going to make this type of, adventure, why did you plan ahead a little more? Even though you have like 12 hours, you could have, gone to the supermarket or something. And they never do any of that. The animation and the CGI in this film, it's pretty good, but you could definitely tell this is technology that was used in 2008, and sadly, it's not going to age well in the future. Like, even at the time we were reviewing this video here in 2020. This movie doesn't look all that amazing. And people are like, it's so good, it's so good. I'm like, this is 2009, people. Avatar looks so much better. Let's continue. Apparently in this movie's universe, if you just travel south, you'll magically end up in South America eventually. Literally, the old man just heads south and he lands in South America in like 10 minutes. I'm like, that's so not how it works. It's not how it works. For all you care, based on where you are located, dude, you could have ended up at the South Pole. Okay? Just dumb. Like I said, this movie's like an hour and 30 minutes long. It takes about half an hour before the actual getting up in the house and taking off. That takes like half an hour. And I'm like, it's a really long setup. There's also way too many side characters in this film. There's just way too many to keep track of. For a kid's movie especially. Russell and Carl, they're constantly retrusting people that constantly are betraying them, which I thought, it's like, okay, these heroes of ours are just dumb. The blimp of the evil man in this movie, it makes the sound of a helicopter. It doesn't make a sound of a blimp. Like, literally, you go rewatch the movie, and the blimp sounds like a chopper, like from a Call of Duty game. It's so dumb. It's so unrealistic, and it just took me out of the moment. I'm like, that sounds like a helicopter. It does not sound like a blimp. I'm sorry. Last two things I'm going to bash on negative-wise for this film. If all Ellie and Carl needed... Oh, yeah, this. If all Carl and Ellie needed to reach Paradise Falls is like 1,000,000 balloons attached to the house, why didn't they go when both of them were alive? Seriously, balloons you can get at a dollar store. Even with their retirement and just saving, you could have saved up enough money and gotten balloons. Balloons are cheap. Yet the movie makes it out that money is the issue of them not going. Like, there's like roof repairs, medical emergencies, family drama, whatever. The movie makes it out where money is the issue of them not being able to go. And I'm like, why didn't they go when they were retired? They could. Don't tell me they didn't have enough money in their retirement fund to be able to go. It just makes no logical sense in that department. They should have been able to go. But, you know, then Ellie wouldn't have passed away. Wouldn't be all the drama and the sadness in the movie. So it happens for movie's sake, but logically they should have been able to both go when both were alive. And lastly, the house that Carl and Ellie are in this movie, it survives way too much damage. It should have like broken in half and busted up a little more, or you know, exploded. But at the end of the movie, it's perfectly fine. It's still basically in one piece, and it's just chilling near Paradise Falls waterfall at the end of the film. Like, it's cool that they did that. Like, you know, it's symbolic in that sense. I understand that. Yet the house takes such a beating in this movie. In the real world, the house would not have survived as many hits it takes. So, with that, guys, I've seen Up, and I'm probably never going to want to rewatch this film again unless I end up watching it with somebody that hasn't for some reason. And with that, guys, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I appreciate all of you guys for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next video or stream. Also, really quick, if you guys have a movie you guys want me to check out and watch and review for you guys here on my channel, let me know down in the comments section of a suggestion, and I will more than likely be able to do so. As long as it's not on Netflix, Hulu, or HBO Max. If it's available to get on DVD, Blu-ray, digital stores, or Disney Plus, then I can watch it. I'm not going to just subscribe to another subscription service just to watch one movie. So do keep that in mind. If it's on Netflix, Hulu, or HBO, I am not going to be watching them just because of that. Or Amazon Prime. So, yeah. Have a good one, guys.